Welcome to the Mark Buerschaper songwriting show. That was called Trellis Vines. I've opened up with that song, and I'm glad everybody that can be here. I don't see anybody yet in the chat bar, but if you show up, that'll be great. If not, you can catch the show later if you're happy to catch the show later. See, I'm talking into the future. I'll be there in the future, but right now I have to be here to be in the future. Okay, never mind. Anyhow, that was Trellis Vines, and that was just a song about trying to perform in a community where, and this could be any type of music, where your music is dedicated to one genre or possibly just cover songs. And I'll do a little bit about a song about cover songs later towards the end of the show. But that's called Trellis Vines, and that's off my new album, Detach Roof Before Assembly. And I'll do a couple more and then talk a little bit if somebody shows up here about songwriting. And about the middle of the show, I'll have a little topic. I'll just throw it out there now. It's going to be about AI. What do you think the future of AI is in music? Are you for it? Are you against it? Are you indifferent? Do you use it? Will you never use it? You can put that in the chats, and I'll address it at the halfway point of the show. So proceeding on, I'm going to get my harmonica out. Don't run away. A lot of people hate harmonica, but I've been playing it for years. It's kind of old hat for, speaking of hats, it's kind of old hat for folk singers to play harmonica, but I've been doing it for years, so I've gotten kind of accustomed to using it on certain songs, and oftentimes on the records, or on my records, on my files, I guess, my MP3s. I use a full band, and you can hear that at bandcamp.com. And when I use a full band, I'm usually, I am the band. Okay, I play the bass, guitar, everything you hear on that, on my songs on my site, I play all of it. But the point I'm getting to is I cannot play lead guitar while I'm here or play drums. And so really I fill in a lot with the harmonica, and it's interesting because I actually get two songs out of it. I get the live recorded version, which features a full band arrangement. And then when I perform solo, it's almost a totally different song because it's all acoustic and, of course, oftentimes has the harmonica. Excuse me, allergies. So without further delay, I'll go into this song. It's about one of my favorite billionaires. Maybe you can guess who it is. He likes to go in outer space or send people there, or send his rockets there. That ought to help. People got worried about him tampering with Social Security funds. Okay, that's all the hints I'm going to give. Anyhow, this is about him and also his social media site. And this is called Sick Form of Joke. And this is off the new album. Okay, that's Charles Vines. Charles Vines was the first song. That's Sick Form of Joke. That's up new. I mean, you can get that, and they're currently free right now for download as a special promotion for promoting this show. So pass it on to a friend. Be the cool kid on the block and get yourself a Mark Buerschaper download. No, I'm just kidding. They're for free right now, though, on Bandcamp. And some of these will be on Spotify later. So stay tuned for that. So this is next song's very, very old. Well, not very old, but it's off my first album. But I guess that's very old. It's probably about out of I'm gonna say 1998. So somewhat old, right? It's not ancient, but it's getting there. But I like doing it anyhow. And I'm in this show, a little bit about this show. I'm going to be doing all my songs I've done. Some of the songs, one album in particular, will have to be a special concert just due to the nature of the album. It's more of a concept theme album. But I'm getting ahead of myself and getting ahead of my show. So I'm going to do this song. This is called Ways to Waste Time. And a little background on this song. I was invited to play background music at a coffee shop on the north side of Chicago, probably around 1998, 99. And I was playing background music for a photographer, artist, and he was doing an art show display, kind of like a gallery setting in this coffee house. And they had set out cookies and coffee and all these little appetizers, anticipating all these people would show up for his gallery, and nobody did. It was just so sad. It was like the owner, myself, and this fellow that was having the gallery show, eating some cookies and drinking coffee, and just there wasn't anybody there. So um, it made me think it's sad that to some extent, I think with TV, tablets now, but it wasn't so much back in the day, and then iPhones now. But even back in the day, people wouldn't go out to see live entertainment that much or go to this fella's show. He put a lot of work into it. So it made me think we're just becoming and it seems like it's gotten more years ahead, a lot of stay-in people. I mean, you could go to a concert and pay for some of these big names, but to promote somebody that's local, like this fella that had the gallery show, nobody comes out, and it didn't cost anything. So it just seemed a shame. So I wrote this song. It's called Ways to Waste Time. And it's kind of about that and it's a few other things. So get set here. I feel crooked. My harmonica's crooked, but I try to straighten it out. But I guess it's the way I'm sitting. I don't know. I'm on a rocking ship or something. Okay. Ways to Waste Time. You did. Did you? Did you? All the news and TV news. Okay. I had a little problem there. My guitar hit the corner. I'm going to start this over. I'm going to get through this song. Did it the other day. I'm going to do it now. waste time. I wonder if I can edit this. No, I can't. It's YouTube Live. Okay, I'm sorry. That's off of No Figment of Imagination. Probably recorded back around 1999, I believe. I'm not sure. But you can hear that one. That one's all over the place because it's been out for a while. I think it's on Spotify. It's definitely on Bandcamp. And okay, so we're at this point of the show, which is about right here. A little songwriting tip, and you may have noticed. This is a studio. I don't normally eat right before I go on. I know you might say, looking at you, I bet you do, at least the candy bar, but I don't. And the reason, and I would tell a lot of songwriters to do this if you're performing live, is it's good to go on stage light with a light stomach. I wouldn't eat a real heavy meal before performing. I usually don't, especially if I'm out playing somewhere. Today's a little different. I'm running late. I'm here at home. I just thought I'd eat and then jump in here, and that's what I did. But it's just easier to sing, and it just seems to work out better for me anyhow. Some people might not matter. I guess it depends on your constitution, metabolism, and all those other things that might be in effect. I'm gonna grab a little something to drink here. It's right after St. Patrick's Day. I should have made this Irish coffee. No, I'm just kidding. It's just regular. Non-octane. Octane's a dirty word now. Just look at those gas prices. So we're a little ways past Valentine's Day. I'm going to do this song. It's kind of about Valentine's Day. It's more about a card that my wife got me for Valentine's Day. And it was a strange card. It wasn't a strange card. It was a cute card. It was kind of, I don't think strange is the correct word. Interesting. It was a cute, interesting card. Whoops. Harmonica's upside down. Anyhow, it was a Valentine's Day card. And it had these two cartoon bears in a roller coaster car on top of the roller coaster. And they're both looking at each other like they were nervous, but they loved each other. Their little hearts, but they looked apprehensive. And I looked at the track, and the tracks were falling apart. They were missing, I don't know what they use for rivets, whatever they use to hold tracks on roller coasters. So they were scared about going down it. And I guess that's kind of what marriage is like, right? It's like a roller coaster. You got twists and turns and loop-de-loops and up and down. Hopefully you don't have loose tracks because you don't want to crash. Anyhow, I wrote this song. This is off the new album, and you can get this on Bandcamp or hear it, I believe, on Spotify. I'm also, I should mention, I'm also on Deezer and YouTube Music. There might be one more, I'm not sure. Anyhow, this is called The Roller Coaster of You and Me. We received the ticket from the justice that he asked us if we had a dream. But when did we realize we were on a roller coaster ride? Roller coaster ride. We went to the top with great expectations. It's so loud looking back for hesitation. Riding at the top, future plain to see. Then did we realize we were on a roller coaster ride. Roller Coaster of You and Me. And that's off of Detached Roof Before Assembly, my latest album. And I don't ask me why I do albums anymore, because there are no albums, right? Everything's MP3. You put up the file. I'm actually toying with the idea of just doing singles when I release my next album, which will not be an album, but it'll just be singles. And that makes a lot of sense. Okay. So moving along here. So anyhow, like I said, our midway point topic, I see we're halfway through the show, midpoint topic of the day. And if you're seeing this video later, you can write me, I'll respond. I check YouTube now and then, is AI music. And I'll be a little honest about AI. I used it on this album for the videos. And the reason I did that, I'm capable of doing artwork. I did get a degree in associate's degree in graphic design. So I can draw, I can paint. The problem is those things take a lot of time. So I thought, to get the album out, and there were quite a few songs on the last album. There were 19 songs. To get all those songs out, I did use AI for the artwork. And I caught a little bit of flack, and I had not known when I started releasing the album that, God, it just bothers me when my hat's crooked. Is that correct? I don't know. It's crooked? I don't know. Okay, that's a little better. It just bothers me or bothered a lot of other people that I use it, and I didn't know there was such an effect with AI on the environment. So I might be doing something different on the next album. Maybe I'll do some pencil designs, and that'll make everybody happy. The thing of it was a hypocrisy, because one fella said, "You're not an indie artist. I'm not even going to listen to your song because you used AI on your video. I'm not even going to listen to the song because a true indie artist wouldn't do that." And I said, "Well, what do you recommend using?" He goes, "Oh, well, you should use, what is it? Photoshop or something." Not Photoshop. It was a free, software thing. But I'm like, it was made by Microsoft. I'm like, okay, you're still using a Microsoft product. Microsoft is using AI. So are you really, it's kind of hypocritical. You're not really, protesting if you're using a different method of producing your artwork by the same company that's doing AI. But anyhow, that's small potatoes. And I'm going to do the next song here. Okay, so this is about, I went up to Chicago many years back, probably about 8 now. I believe it's 8 years, for a high school reunion. And I thought, wow, maybe I'll incorporate a little music tour, and maybe I'll play a little golf on the way. So I had this Dodge Caravan, and I loaded it up with amps, clothes, golf clubs, a guitar, and there was not really much room for me after I'd done that. It seemed spacious at first when I first started loading it, but found out it wasn't. It wasn't that comfortable either. It was towards the end of the summer. It would still get real hot during the day, and it would take a long time to cool off. And by the time I fell asleep at night, I didn't get that much sleep because the sun came out and then it got hot. So it wasn't the greatest experience. But as I always say, sometimes life experiences make the best songs. So I got a song out of it. It's called "Living Out of a Van." Okay. only line. I heard a car door slam. Awake again, not in. Better get yourself a battery van if you live in a van. Traveling across the land, doing the best I can. It's not quite what I planned. Living out of a van, yeah. Hey! Hey, hey. Living out of a van, don't do it. Get that hotel room. Unless you got one of those big luxury, luxury vehicles. Uh, yeah, that might work. More headroom, anyhow. I really didn't like being cramped and crawling through the van. And there's some crashing going on. I think it's my wife doing dishes, so try and ignore the crashing. Hopefully, the music's going to overtake it. But anyhow, so this next song is I'm going to get a sip of coffee here. And in that song, that Living Out of a Van, that was kind of interesting song structure. I didn't realize it till later, but it kind of had, to me, I looked at it, like the way I rhymed it, it kind of had a Dr. Seuss feel, right? Living out of a van, wake again I am, Sam I am, living in a van. But, maybe those things come subconsciously, right? We have them in our mind and, they come out later and maybe we don't even know it at the time. I've had songs where I'm like, I wrote it and I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds like so-and-so. And I didn't really try and sound like somebody or that I'd heard or seen any written book or anything. But sometimes I think that just comes through in your writing, especially if you're tired. And for me, the best time to write, a lot of people ask, what's a good time to write? Good times to write. I mean, if you go and sit down and say, I'm going to write a song, it probably won't be that good. Excuse me. I'm not saying it won't, but, it's because you're in that frame of mind that you have all day. Like if you're at work or you're doing tasks, you're in that task mind. For me, anyhow, and I know other writers are like this, Bob Dylan was quoted as saying that Tambourine Man Jingle Jangle Morning meant he stayed up late, and that's when the jingles came, his writing. For a lot of people, sometimes I'll get an idea while I'm driving, and I'll make sure if you do get that great idea, at least write down what it's about, or if you have the chorus, write it down right away because you'll forget it. And a lot of people will get up. Some writers will get up in the middle of the night and write that stuff down if they get it. But usually when you're tired a little bit, your mind's more open to these type of inspirations or thoughts. So be sure to do that and give that a whirl. Or maybe right before your first cup of coffee in the morning, that's another good time sometimes to write. And even if you don't work on the whole song, you can come back to it later, but get that initial idea down. And don't think it's a stupid idea. Quincy Jones once said, don't kill the baby in the cradle. It sounds pretty ominous, but basically your song's your baby, so don't kill it till you give it a chance to develop or try to develop it. And then if you write it and you just think it's no good, you can always toss it, right? So that's a little songwriting advice there. So this song I was in Alabama, some bar, and like many bars, do you do this song? Do you do this song? They want covers, and it just, I don't know why a lot of people enjoy covers. If you're a writer, you really don't, because you have your own ideas, you have your own life experiences, so you want to play that. But anyhow, I wrote this song, and it was a unique experience there. And it's kind of about that and how society, we look for, I don't want to use the word flashiness, but very very spectacle oriented. Look for spectacles like, uh, you know, there's a great story about the late, I forgot his name now. I'm going to skip that story because I can't remember his name. But everybody wants you to play like other people, but yet some people want to play like themselves. And it's a shame a lot of people don't get shows because they don't play like other people. You should be valued for your own individual contribution to music, but it's not always that way. Okay, I'm going to play this song, which doesn't have everything to do with what I just talked about, but it kind of gave me an idea for the song in a roundabout way. This is called As the World Turns Away. And normally it starts out with a jaw harp, but I don't have any jaw harps on hand. It'd be hard to switch real quick anyhow. So just pretend there's a jaw harp in the beginning, and you can go online and hear the real song that does have a jaw harp. We got Farrah Fawcett head blues. We got long gone hippie head too. We might go and get ourselves a tattoo. The fool we got a fork for the leg into. Listen to classic rock. We keep our minds closed and tighten up. We didn't know our year was a real summer winter, cause we listened to the Kinks and Leonard Skinner. It's the world turns today. It's the world turns away. We like movies with the same storylines. We like movies with the same heroes from the farm. Man, that movie has so many explosions, while our minds start to go and show corrosion. Hey, this world turns today. Hey, this world turns away. Turn away. As the World Turns Today. And that's off of what? That's off of Trickle Down Town album. Trickle Down Towns, plural towns. Okay. So that's As the World Today. So anyhow, this next song, let me get a little swig of the old coffee. Trying to feel like I'm in a coffee shop, even though it's my messy office. Okay, that's better. All right. So this next song is where was I? So we were going to go on a trip, my wife and I, special trip all the way to Europe, but we were unable to do so. We had reservations, literally had reservations, and we also had reservations about going. At the time we had planned on going, planes started having issues, burning wires in the cockpit, forced landings, engine failures. I'm not going to say the name of the company, but you probably saw it in the news. So there are a lot of issues. So we really thought, and one of the planes, the plane we were designed to come back from London was one of those planes. So we thought better of it, but we canceled it. It cost a ton of money to cancel. I won't say the name, but it's a cruise ship company, famous one, named after ancient explorers. Okay, that way I stay out of trouble. Now you get an idea. Ancient explorers, yeah, cruise ship company named after ancient explorers. Some of the first explorers ever in history that traveled on boats that were long. Okay, that's all the hints I'm going to give on that. So we canceled it, lost thousands, and I wrote a song about it. We were going to go on a trip to the East Coast, but we didn't do that either. We were going to do a driving trip. So we ended up taking a trip to Columbus, Ohio. And really, I had a great time in Columbus, Ohio. Played some great open mics, met some people there, had a fun time, went to Cincinnati, had some great food, played a couple open mics there. So it was a good trip. It wasn't the trip I thought, going to Germany and Amsterdam, and I forgot where else we were going to go on the itinerary. But it worked out for the best, I think. It would be hard to enjoy flying on an airplane being scared. So this song is called Canceled Trip. It's off the new album. Canceled Trip. And that in the bridge I did in there was a earlier version of the bridge. You won't hear that in the other song, in the recorded version. And also what you'll hear in the recorded version is a synth line playing that main part that I played here. So it's a little different on acoustic guitar, but give that a listen to on Bandcamp or Spotify. You'll be able to hear the difference. Let's see where we're at here. I'm going to do another song here. And I haven't seen anybody yet comment on AI, but if you're seeing this video later, drop a line. Let me know what you think about AI, for it, against it, use it, hate it, love it, own it. I don't think, I'd be surprised if anybody owned AI saw this video and responded. But anyhow, that being said, I'm going to do, this is an old one off the first song. This was written, I used to go out And I used to smoke cigars. Recently quit. Um, you may, those of you who see me all the time probably saw me with cigars, but they're not good for you, and I have given them up for a healthier lifestyle. That's a great thing. You get older, you got to start watching what you eat, how much you drink, watch your medications, all that great stuff. But you know, it's just the reality. I'd like to say, we become like old cars. We got to maintain ourselves to keep ourselves running, and take care of the engine, as it were. Maybe there's a song there. Maybe I'll do a song about being an old car. I have to figure out what kind of car I am. I don't know. Probably a Ford Pinto. No, those are little. I don't know. So anyhow, this song is called "Vanity on Parade," and I wrote this in Chicago, probably back in 1998. I was sitting out in front of Water Tower Place. For those of you who are familiar with Chicago, it's a Water Tower Place, big marble face building, and it's got stores on the first 7 floors, I believe. I could be wrong. And when I first moved downtown, I noticed everybody just going into this place, right? And this like, robots must go to Water Tower. I said, okay, I'm gonna go in and check it out. And everybody really took their shopping seriously. A lot of people were decked out just to go shopping there. So it was an interesting experience. So I wrote a song about it. It's called "Vanity on Parade." When the clear appeared, I expected to see a deity. On the tower floor, with a tree. Lay it on. Once inside the massive stone cold, glittering showcase stars away. Assuming you see the center while I go. On a neat parade on Monday matinee, I can get the fashion things that it's every foot. I have lost on the tree, out of town for my drink is gone and I must be on my way. I taste the final note of the sea. I wonder if this parish here does spray. For the department store guy in the green. Underneath the parade, on Monday matinee, I turn into fashion things that are savory. Yes, I am for something to say. Out of town's Vanity on Parade. That's off of No Figment of Imagination. God, this hat's driving me nuts. It's crooked. It's straight. I don't care. We're getting down to the final part of the show. I'm still worrying about my hat. Okay, forget the hat. Anyhow, I wrote a song for the new album, and it has a few things in common. It's got obsessive yard maintenance. It's got furry creatures looking for snacks. And it's got aliens landing. And I combined them all into one song. And did I do that purposely? No. It was once said, the great songwriter Warren Zevon, or Zevon, Seven. Okay. The great songwriter, he was once challenged. He said, give me any topics and I'll write it. And this is a good exercise for songwriters. Pick 3 random topics and see if you can make a song up. I didn't necessarily do it with this song, but I think they're so diverse. It kind of makes the song more interesting. And I really don't try to write literal songs, right? Like, you got some writers. I woke up in the morning, I brushed my teeth, and then I made a sandwich to get relief. They just, that's a bad example, but they just go through the day or something like that. And it's just the most boring thing. I personally prefer more abstract song with imagery. So if you want to practice with imagery, that's great. But to get back to this song, anyhow, I wrote this, and this is off the new album, and this is called At War with Nature. At War with Nature, and that's off of my latest album, Detach Roof Before Assembly. You get that at YouTube, and you can also get that on Spotify, I believe, Deezer, YouTube Music, Amazon. Amazon Music also carries my latest album. So I'd like to thank everybody for being at this inaugural show. I did do a show the other night, and unfortunately the sound went out, but I think I've corrected the problem. I guess we're going to find out. And I hope to see everybody in the future on a future episode. And a little bit about my show. I tend to mix in songs. I'll be playing some of the same songs next week, but I mix in new ones, and that way it keeps the show fresh. So you'll hear new songs. You're not going to hear me play the same songs over and over and over again. So that being said, thank you for watching, and hope to see you on the next show. And have a good evening or morning, wherever you are.